By Q4 2020, are you seeing single or double-digit growth with the help of Ramco, and can you share your expectations with us?
I think with the revenue leak that we are experiencing before, I think we could reach the goal. Double.
Sir Doc, you may use the mic. It's a wireless. Any other questions? Please approach the mic. Please go ahead.
Hi, it's Juvenasco from ManilaToday.ph, and we just wanted to ask, how many employees have gone or will be training for using the solutions for our AP cargo?
We about over 1,000 or less than 2,000 heads that's going through end user training, and a portion of this has been done a week ago in Cebu when we have launched it officially. So over 1,000, 1,500 on that figure.
Thank you, and I have another question. Can you give us a concrete example of your business continuity plan for example, civil and political risks that are involved with logistics?
Okay. First is that the leap that we have to go through this system. As I was talking with the chairman, ERP, after settling or stabling the AP system, we'll have to leapfrog into mobile apps. When it comes to regulations with the government economy, I have a strong thought that this economy will be strong, politically it will be stable, and hopefully everyone from this system will benefit, especially our partners, the clients. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, Ram from Newslights again. For Sir Raja, when interested companies collaborate with you, what happened to their legacy service delivery systems? Is it augmented or completely changed? And what's the usual timetable for the adoption? And are the results immediate?
So it is a mix. In some companies, they change their entire legacy system when it comes to replacement. And in many places, basically, they change critical operations. Like, for example, in some companies, the entire logistics systems is being replaced to get to the full digital transformation of the logistics. In some places, the HR payroll will actually fully automate the people management system. So it is basically, it depends on the organization's most critical needs, and we are ready and flexible for all of them.
For another use case, how can Ramco's ERP benefit, let's say, the e-commerce industry, as an example, being connected to zero UI and anticipatory computing?
So as far as e-commerce industry is concerned, we service the e-commerce companies. For example, we have a use case in North America where the e-commerce, a lot of orders, hundreds of thousands of orders flow into a warehouse. Once the orders flow in, from that point onwards, our software takes over and makes sure the warehouse is managed, the orders are delivered, and so on and so forth. So we are usually the backbone or the back system for all these e-commerce companies to manage all the systems properly. And even logistics is basically exploding because of e-commerce.
Thank you. So last question, how important is compatibility with mobile phones? Is it because of aspects like real-time convenience, and are you also seeing a trend in ERP systems accessed in mobile devices, and how does it differ from the PC version?
So basically, if you see our system is built ground up in this way that it can either work on a screen or a mobile devices or even with chatbots and so on. So it is not something which is overlaid, it is part of the system. So as people want more and more, but usually what you do is you simplify the interface and the functionality to a specific need in the mobile system, rather than giving all the complexities of a desktop. So but the beauty of our architecture is such that as customers want certain aspects of the mobility to work that way, we can actually create it for them on the fly and give it to them by the time they go live. So it's an extremely flexible system, which makes it very easy for companies to actually implement the complete operations rather than in a traditional sense of ERP where the financials and the inventory and all those major aspects are automated. The field operations and the details get very expensive to implement. But with this flexibility, I think many things go live very rapidly and you can see the benefit.
This would be for AP Cargo. About 4 years ago, the country's two major ports had its worst congestion problem. Virtually paralyzing its operations, the operators of the two ports established the terminal appointment booking system. The system involves that the trucks should have to get an appointment first for their scheduled pickup and delivery. And there's been a lot of problems with that system. I understand, aside from getting the slots, the port operators are charging late delivery penalties and early arrival penalties. How will you reconcile the system with the system of the two port operators like MIC and POM in this regard? Because you have the transport management system in place already, but they have their own system as well. So how would the two systems reconcile with each other?
Okay, this happened in Manila with the port congestions that has been done by political, I would say, issues. On that note, I would say that with the new system that we have, a well-informed traceability on the cargo itself will inform the customer and give an advice due to the following issues beyond our control. We are helping you out to get your cargo out as soon as possible. That's the only answer I could do, since we don't have an interface with the other 3PLs. But now that we have other solutions that we could give to the customers, I think this is the best they are waiting for.
But is the company ready to make like manifestations with the two port operators for that kind of interface?
Definitely, we will be looking into that. And I have just mentioned a while ago regarding the mobile apps. That's one. And then interfacing with other partners that we have, from the airlines to land, to the sea, to the RORO, to interconnect this into one simple way of information. I think that's the way we are looking forward to live.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Eric Kiana from the Data PH. To Sir Doc. Sir, you mentioned that in a way you're a late bloomer when it comes to implementation of advanced technology and digital transformation. What was the turning point that made you decide that your company needs a business solution like Ramco?
The company is growing too quick, too fast, that I cannot cope up. Having hired someone to do a proprietary system for us, we call it the CMS, Cargo Management System, the version 1, wherein it can be managed when you have a few clients, and it went so fast that we cannot manage with the second version until we were asked or tasked to buy more hardware for getting more on the software side for the system. It was a failure. Third was that I have said it is too costly to venture into a logistic ERP in one package, integrated. But in the long run, the value added that you can get from this, that will be a cost saving. Now, my two sons are true. Also, cost saving that will come late, but I think we need the system first. So this is a turning point. I have changed and have to bend. And I have to say, thank you. It was through you, it was born. So it was through the brothers, my two sons, who did it all, who searched and look out for Ramco. That's why we are all here.
Good afternoon. I'm Lionel Makilig from the Manila Bulletin. Both sides may answer my question. it was mentioned on the press materials about potential that the Ramco software can help companies in preventing potential revenue leakage. Can you expound on this? And on the side of AP Cargo, can you share with us the expected revenue improvements once in line with the usage of this software? Thank you.
Having around nearly 70 plus or 80 branches, handling day-to-day monetary activities, and having more than 500 trucks handling customers paying in cash, credit, or check. Imagine that 600 transactions with a 5,000 clients going on daily. I was going berserk. Where's the leak? And then people will be coming after you. This one had paid in cash, but reported paid in credit. And then comes a day, that guy had now a cash and remit that cash. And then who will be tracking all those cash transactions? And then you have another standalone system, which is the operation, and have it to align. How many transactions have you made? And go to the finance. How many dealings you have done, and how many have paid, and how many on credit, and where is the cash? Those, I would say, 18 years of going through that IBM. I said IBM, it's better doing it manual. So this is the reason that with the system, I would say traceability-wise, visibility-wise, we can track now our cash flow day in, day out with the data analytics that we have to resolve daily.
Any other questions? Go ahead.
Yeah.